question. Who was in here until we got live and then disappeared? Why was somebody waiting in here until we got live and then you disappeared? Why'd you do that? Weird. Yeah, that's a little weird. Anyway. Who is sitting here fucking around with my stream? Why are you sitting here fucking around with my stream? What hacker piece of shit motherfucker is sitting in here fucking with my stream? What fucking piece of shit hacking son of a bitch is in here fucking with my stream? Yeah, I see you hid your concurrent view. You're still in here. All you did was hide the fact that you're in here fucking around with my stream. It's like this is the fucking point. You know, I do literally fucking nothing without some fucking dumb asshole. Who the fuck is in here? Again, I'm gonna do some emails later because this is all being investigated as to whoever the fuck is in here passing my stream, trying to fucking cause a problem. So whoever the fuck is in here doing shit with my stream right now, it's all being investigated, and they're gonna fucking find you because you're sitting in here fucking around with people's streams. So I don't know what the hell you think you're doing. But you're not gonna keep doing it. And again, it's all being investigated. I gotta fucking stop saying that. I gotta stop talking about that. Because it is in fact being fucking investigated. And I'm not even supposed to fucking talk about this shit. So stop fucking doing it before they just fucking stop you. Stop! Already! You fucking moron! You're so dumb. Like, you actually fucking sit in here and you hide your concurrent view and then sit here and try to ping my IP. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? I'm literally just driving around on the fucking road. What the fuck are you gonna do with my fucking... Why are you doing this? Why the fuck are you sitting in here doing that? You dumb motherfucker. Like, stop it already. They are gonna just fucking find you, and they are going to fucking ram a rod up your fucking ass with the amount of fucking times you've done this to people, and not just me. You sit here and you fucking try to ping people's IP and shit like that. Fuck no. That's the fucking point. You are harassing people all over this fucking platform. So get the fuck out of my fucking stream before they fucking sit here and track you, because you're fucking doing that shit literally as I'm streaming. That's the point. They're gonna fucking track it and they're gonna find you. So I don't know why the fuck you do this shit every time I start a stream. Oh wait, that's right. It's to trigger a yelling response. That's why you do it. Because you are trying to get some sort of thing out of a triggered response. So let it be known that this person that does this has been doing this and is triggering the response. Because that wouldn't happen without them doing it, without them sitting in here causing the issue, meddling around. That's the fucking point. Yeah, yep. So that's the fucking point. Yep. So that's the point. Every fucking time you meddle around and I lose connection, then that just breaks away from what we're doing. And we have some triggered response to because you are harassing me. And you want to claim to be some good fucking person or some shit like, no, you're just fucking harassing people. Asshole. I'm fucking done with it. Again, they're just looking into it. And again, I have to fucking stop talking about who's looking into it and that they are. I have to stop saying that. Unbelievable. Very fucking second I start the stream, you're in here hiding your concurrent view. So how the fuck long were you sitting in there hiding your concurrent view, trying to wait for me to go to live, trying to cause some sort of problem for the stream to trigger some sort of response? I'm fully aware that you were trying to make me go live without VPN or something like that. I'm fully aware of that. And I'm fully aware that that was your goal, that you're sitting in here to ping my IP. So the question is why? And also, the question is, how do you think that you have legal right to do so? You do not. I assure you, you do not. Stupid little triggered bitch. You know exactly what you've been doing to people. You know exactly what you've been doing. And you know you're sitting there fucking hiding your concurrence, just sitting there watching. That's what you're doing. So you might have stopped fucking around, but you're just sitting there hiding your concurrence and watching. And this is how you're causing the problem. There's two of you in here doing it. Unbelievable. Yep, there's two of you in here doing it. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not gonna see that one go up and be like, oh, I guess I was wrong. I'm not fucking stupid. You're sitting in here. There's two of you in here. Yep, I don't know if you got two devices or whatever. And that's what's fucking with my views. And you're probably making YouTube or whatever think it's me or something like that. Meanwhile, you're fucking sitting there with two concurrent same devices causing some fucking view issue. Causing some problem for the fucking stream. So fucking stop it already. 365, what's up? You're in here now? What's up? It's you now? Yeah, now you're in here. Yeah, you probably came in like right after all that shit. Looks pretty clear. That's because we're not driving. YouTube's been doing all kinds of stuff to make sure that it cuts out, causes some sort of internet issue and stuff like that when we're driving. essentially, that's what they've been doing, where they like cut the stream out and stuff like that. So that's why, like, when I drive around, it sort of doesn't look the best quality anymore. When I'm driving, and then when I'm sitting here still, it looks good. That's why, is because I've noticed a definitive difference, where they're sort of like, you know, lately they've just been cutting the stream. They've been sort of, you know, incrementally making it worse and worse when I drive, essentially causing an issue for the stream. So anyway, have I seen a UFO around here? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I would have to determine that it is in fact unidentified. So, it's possible. But, like, I'm not one of those people. Like, a UFO is literally, by definition, an unidentified flying object. So, like, I mean, how many times is somebody flying a drone around and it's unidentified? You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, we can't identify that. We have no idea who it belongs to. It's flying by. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, probably, sure. Unidentified by me, though. As far as, like, an official UFO, probably not. Probably not. There are a lot of planes. We live sort of, where I live is like right over, we're right between the Philadelphia and Harrisburg airports. We're like between them. So, planes fly over my house all the time. There's also the Lancaster Airport around here too. That's not commercial. That's privately owned. It's for like aviators to learn and stuff like that. But you can do private flights plane out of there and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely not for commercial airliners and stuff. They don't have they're not set up for that. And so it's mainly Philadelphia and Harrisburg, and yeah, we get a lot of planes. I mean, obviously Philly, but BWI too. BWI is only, like, Baltimore Washington International. That's only like 2 hours away. So, like, we just get so many planes flying overhead. Yeah, me neither. I've never seen a ghost or a Bigfoot. You've talked about that before. You've talked about that before. Do a lot of people out there like talk about like Bigfoot and like Sasquatch and stuff? Yeah, I'm more of a facts kind of guy, but like, yeah, obviously, like, if somebody gives me enough facts and stuff like that and evidence, sure. Do you? Well, I mean, I believe that he existed too, so, I mean, you don't have to. There's evidence he existed. Yeah, I mean, so, I mean, there's like plenty of sides to that. It's the sort of thing where it's like, I look at stuff like that. I prefer to look at stuff like that as more of a scientist. I'll sort of kind of look at it more theoretically. More like, you know, like, well, what does the science say? Yeah, with supernatural stuff, it's the sort of thing where, like, you don't believe it until you have an experience, you know? And then the experience feels so real, you're so convinced. And a lot of times, you know, when you look at the science, well, to a scientist, a lot of times it's going to look a lot like, you know, psychosomatic responses based on little tiny fears and stuff and tricks the brain plays on the body. You know, you see a bug and you don't like a bug, suddenly you get the creepy crawlies all over your body. Everybody's experienced that. You imagine bugs crawling on you. That's what you're doing. There really is. There was a really cool episode of House one time where And House is written by doctors, guys. Like we're talking about like doctors like wrote this stuff. Like that's the idea is like, you know, this is, we're talking about clinical cases that were kind of like crazy clinical cases that were solved by some brilliant doctors, or maybe not. And then they sort of kind of used them for the show to give them to House for his character. But anyway, one of the things, I don't know that this happened. This was probably fictitious, but it was that what is it, the I forget what it's called, but it's basically a plague. It's basically a disease that spreads, but it's literally not real. It's only the effect that the psychosomatic response can have on a crowd of people. So there was an episode of House where essentially this lady had like this flesh-eating bacteria-looking thing or whatever, and they're sitting there trying to figure it out, and they, you know, declare an emergency and stuff, and they quarantine her and all that. And Cuddy and House are there. They're both there putting their brains together, trying to figure it out. And of course, House is all full of himself. He knows exactly what it is and stuff like that. And yeah, so like eventually at the end of the episode, spoilers. But I mean, how old is House, right? Spoilers, at the end of the episode, you find out that it wasn't real. That everybody imagined it. Yet everybody had this flesh-eating bacteria and had real symptoms. You know, their flesh was like, you know, basically eating itself. Some people were breaking out into boils and hives and all kinds of stuff. People were getting sick. And it was all because everybody was trapped in a plane. Everybody's fears started essentially kind of getting the better of them and stuff like that. And so that's what you have to realize when you talk about like the supernatural is when the brain can do things like that. When the brain can do things like that, you have to appreciate. You know what I mean? Like you have to appreciate, well, that's a really good scientist's explanation for why the supernatural actually happens for people. And also why people swear up and down, you know, and stuff like that, and they hear things and they feel things, well, because the body can intermittently feel, your brain can tell you from memory what those things feel like. You know, like if you feel a draft, your brain knows, like, how many of us have been asleep and they sprung awake because some dramatic thing, they fell off a cliff. Let's say you fell off a cliff. Did you feel yourself hit the ground? Some people do. Believe it or not, some people do. And then, like, you can take that a step further. Some people have explained to me that they have dreams of like you know, passing on and stuff like that too. And then they dream that too. And then we can talk about multi-layered dreams and stuff like that. That's pretty fascinating stuff. But the point is, the brain is capable. The brain gives you feeling. There are people that don't feel anything, and that's another disease altogether. And that's actually bad. So a lot of times, if you don't feel anything, you have a time bomb basically. You have some sort of really major issue, and you don't have much time left probably, because that's the idea, is that we have to feel. This also brings me to why my favorite movie is my favorite movie. The movie called Equilibrium. It's a movie basically where like an entire war was waged by this one guy who started to feel again. You know, essentially like Christian Bale, his character. Basically, the idea was they developed an entire civilization off the fact that we didn't want to feel anymore. It was bad. It started wars. The Third World War broke out, and so essentially they created this population of people that were injecting themselves to not feel, so that we wouldn't have war. But then basically what happened was he skipped his dose, and nature sort of kind of took its course. And the rest is history. I mean, Christian Bale was phenomenal, but imagine Kung Fu with guns, you know? So like the idea is that this guy could stand there and take out, he was trained when he didn't have feelings. So the idea is now that he has feelings, you can use those as a catalyst almost. So it was really cool to see them do that in the writing, and then it plays out, and you know, it's really cool to see him sort of slowly feel and kind of get the point that no, this is why we are human. This is why we exist, to feel. It is so inherent. It is so a part of who we are. But anyway, that's where I sort of go with that. Is essentially you think about the fact that, you know, if you feel a cool breeze, your brain can just do that for you. You know, like it remembers how that feels if you've had that experience. So now it can play tricks on you. If you've never had the experience, actually, well, then no. It can. It cannot simulate that. You learn it. You know, it's something you learn. You experience life and you feel these things. Your brain learns how it feels, and simulates that. So it's just doing it from you know, those archives you have of memory that you can't access. That's what it's doing it from. And that's why our brain is capable of so many calculations. A lot of that is subconscious. You know, when you think about everything that's subconscious, the things you guys kind of like, obviously we all understand the brain has to be so powerful and do so many calculations because it's controlling this amazing system of chemicals. You know, for sure. You're a bunch of chemicals, and it's very delicate. But at the same time, the brain is doing all these different calculations too, because it needs to perceive things with the eyes, the ears, you know, all your senses. So, you know, like, if you look at a red truck, or let's look at the white truck in front of us. We'll look at that white truck. We need to know that that truck is white and, in fact, not red. And you know, if we have some sort of, you know, trauma or something like that associated with a truck that looks exactly like that, and the truck was red, we might look at that truck for half a second. If you look at it really quick, you might get startled and think it's red, and then get like startled or something. That's a perfect example of, like, you know, like, essentially the brain playing a trick on you based on some sort of experience you had that wasn't great with, you know, like a red truck that looked just like that. And so essentially you walk up, you see it, and the memory as a defense mechanism instantly recalls that and goes, danger, 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 danger. But then, like, you rationalize after half a second, oh, it's just a white truck. That's fine. You know, like, it's different. It's obviously everybody has their own things that kind of bother them and stuff like that. And some people, unfortunately, deal with a lot. Fortunately, went through a lot of shit. And yeah, for sure. And that's the point, is that ghosts and stuff like that oftentimes were created by people because they couldn't let go of somebody that died in their life. You know, essentially they felt haunted by it because it felt so abrupt. They felt so close with them, and suddenly they're gone. You know, like it just feels weird to us. We don't understand it. So that's, I think, you know, like, it really is just the brain in you, essentially. Fake fear, fake fans. It is a yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody has their own. I don't have fans. I have people that farm content ideas. That's what I have. I don't have fans. I have people that farm content ideas. Oh, man. That's what I have. I'm actually, you know what's funny? I'm actually, I'm kind of impressed because, you know, what's funny is you don't. You just sort of kind of do your own thing. I've sort of noticed that. But some people do, like, they're not content creators, not artists. They just sit there and kind of, like, look at what other people are doing. And that's always been my argument, is why those people shouldn't be on the platform, you know? Like, do something else. Like, come on. Yeah, you used my footage and put your twist on it. That's okay. I mean, people are gonna do that at times, I guess. But my thing is like back it up. You know what I mean? Like with me, I'll typically back up what I say. Like I'm not gonna say something like, yeah, all right, I get a little colorful sometimes when I start swearing and stuff. But like I'm not gonna not back it up, if that makes sense. Like I'll still. Somebody comes in and asks me about it, I'm still going to be like, well, this is what happened, this is why, and I'll still have the same stance. I'm not going to suddenly be like, oh, yeah. I mean, like, every once in a while, if I was wrong, I'll probably even just admit that right then and there and after the fact, you know. But like, it's more just like, well, you get it, you know, standing your ground with that stuff. Be the best to be the best. Well, what's crazy is I didn't even know that there was all these people out there. Like, if you remember originally, like a while back, I didn't even really kind of know what happened between like the two of them. You know, like when I first found out about him, I found out about him by like, you know, because I was playing Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I was really upset that people weren't liking it, or at least weren't watching is what is kind of like what it was. And it was the sort of thing where it was like, well, I want to know where everybody is who is watching this, because I know it's a big game and I know people are watching it. So where is everybody? And so I went in and I was just curious. I was like, what is this content creator doing? You know, like, where is everybody? And immediately, it was very obvious. I found where everybody was. They were in his stream. And he was just trashing the game while playing it. And obviously liking it. So, it's... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that is my point too. 365, like with a lot of stuff, is it doesn't matter. Like a lot of times with like who did it first or something like that, it shouldn't matter with that stuff. If you're doing it and you're doing it right and you know how to do it, and somebody else did it, it's sort of like when you cover a song. It's sort of like when you cover a song. I don't know why I'm not just talking to you guys. Hold on. It's sort of like when you cover a song, and you know, like a band covers a song, you want them to do it different. You know, it shouldn't be the same song. You know, because otherwise, why did you do it? That's exactly how I feel about Weezer's Africa. It's the same song. If I listen to Africa and then I listen to Weezer's Africa, I'm like, what changed? How is this? What? Like, I love Weezer and all, but you know, like that's my point with some of these content creators. So that's it. It's that concept. Disturbed is a perfect example of a band that can take a song and totally change it and perfectly cover it, and like that's the point. Like, nobody's going to argue that a lot of times. Or you do it better, Alien Ant Farm. They didn't do it better. Fuck no. Anybody that says it, they did it better, oh my god, you're just too young then. Because in my opinion, they didn't. You don't do it better with Michael Jackson. That man was a perfectionist. He was a legend. He was the. I mean, come on, he freaking wrote the stuff, you know. I mean, he worked with writers, but that man was a perfectionist. I don't think anybody's gonna typically cover a Michael Jackson song and do it better, especially not Alien Ant Farm. Alien Ant Farm, what the fuck did they do though? Yeah, you agree? Yeah. What? But my point is, what the fuck did Alien Ant Farm didn't do anything else. They covered one song, and everyone's like, "Oh, Alien Ant Farm, I like them." No, you don't. You like Smooth Criminal. Admit it. You like Michael Jackson's music. Admit it. People just don't want to admit that anymore. It's so stupid. What's crazy is I remember a time when he was so respected. I remember when he died, people were really affected by it too. I was. Grew up listening to that stuff. Good music. I mean, it spawned a whole generation of dancers too, and half the reason you listen to K-pop is because of him. I mean, seriously, he really did drive that generation. A lot of it. Yeah, some of it was like bands like Linkin Park too. You know, like sort of kind of like doing their thing, being the first to do it, and not giving a shit what people think. That's what you got to respect about Linkin Park. Is Linkin Park was damn good. They were always ahead of the curve. They came out with something nobody's ever heard of. You know, in my opinion, Linkin Park, they didn't invent dubstep, but it was the sort of thing where it was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then everybody else is gonna do it later, and it's gonna be a whole genre. That's, you know what I mean? Like that's what Linkin Park is. And so like Linkin Park would come out and they'd be like, look, we're gonna change everybody's like, oh, everyone's so obsessed with hybrid theory. Oh, you can't make another hybrid theory. You can't make another hybrid theory. Why would they? Let me ask you this. When Star Wars fans watched The Force Awakens, what did they say? What was the one thing that all Star Wars fans said when they watched J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens? It was A New Hope all over again. It was a new hope. It was a new hope. It was just the first movie. It was just the first movie. So that's all anybody's gonna do if Linkin Park remakes Hybrid Theory. So shut the fuck up about Hybrid Theory then. And that's just it. Like, nobody would shut up about it. And then they remake it, then everybody's gonna not shut up about how they shouldn't have remade it. So shut up about it. And this was everybody's problem. They would never leave the fucking Linkin Park alone. They would just never leave him alone. Leave Britney alone! But really, they really wouldn't. Like, every album came out, oh, it's shit. And then, like, they'd lose more of the fans, but then gain, like, different ones that they didn't have before that were maybe from, like, a pop genre or something like that. So they were getting more respected among, like, music artists instead of just one genre. And that's why they became legends. They didn't give a fuck what anybody thought about, you know, oh, you remake Hybrid Theory. We're not a metal band. You know, like that was their point. We're not metal. You know, like they're not that was like new metal. No. Not every album from Linkin Park's gonna sound like that. And it doesn't have to. So in my opinion, like they kept coming. Like, remember A Thousand Suns? That was genius. Like, you listen to that start to finish, you're like, geez. Like this actually meant something. You know, it really did. And this was the one album where a lot of people walked away from the group. They went, yeah, you know, I wanted to give him another chance, but I just, you know, like some people really said stuff like that. And Living Things too. I thought Living Things was great. Yeah, Burn It Down, Lost in the Echo, Castle of Glass. Are you kidding me? And you're saying Living Things was... Yeah, so now it sounds good. Now that I listed those songs, this is the problem. These albums come out, nobody knows what they are. Oh, that's on that album? Yes. It's like everyone gave Disturbed such a hard time for Immortalized too. I remember when that first came out, Immortalized got so much shit. Oh, they showed out. Oh, they showed out. No. Here's what Disturbed did. Disturbed did something very smart. At the end of Asylum, it was not received very well. I thought that was a good album, and I thought it was very on par with what Disturbed needed to do next. However, I do think the hiatus was needed for them to creatively evolve. I think they had to do just different things. It just happens. And so they came back together and worked on this in secret and just took their time. No pressure. No, because nobody knew they were doing it. No, this person saying, put this in, do this, pushing them one way or the other. No, they just took their time and they decided to be artists about it. And you got the Sound of Silence out of it, and you got The Light. Okay. You got so many iconic songs on. I freaking loved even the bonus tracks. I loved on that. Because Indestructible was my favorite, and then that one came out because I hadn't liked another one like Indestructible since, and then that one came out. I'm like, boom, blew me away. The Vengeful one blew me away. That was really what blew me away. I was like, man, you hear that riff? And then Dave just killed it with the lyrics, just the meaning and everything. That was an important album in my life, and it got me through some stuff. Some of those songs, and I really appreciated it. And a lot of people just trashed it. Oh, he sold out. Are you freaking kidding me? I sat there with open your eyes, blaring. You know how heavy that one is? They sold. Yeah, okay. Open your eyes then to open your eyes, because I got news for you. They didn't get less heavy or anything. Go listen to freaking some of those new songs on the newest album, man, they're really heavy. But no, they didn't suddenly get not heavy. It was just a few songs here and there, and then they did the bonus tracks that were heavier, but nobody listened to those. Yeah, Legion of Monsters. Nobody listened to Legion of Monsters. Nobody listened to Never Wrong. Wow. See, here's the problem with that. Stuff becomes more successful, not because it's more successful, because there's more people. That's why. And like singles, downloads, like that is like before, like way back, it was all about album sales. It was only measured, like a lot of it was measured by album sales. And so that's the point, is now people will just buy a real quick download or something like that. Yeah, you agree? Yeah, for sure. It's like completely flipped on its end. That's the issue. The issue is this era is so complete 180 from the one we came out of. You know what I mean? Like the boomer era, like the 50s, like that concept of the of what life as an American, or just just the epitome of what your life would be, the epitome of what a good life would be, I saw a viral. It keeps popping up for me, a viral short of that one. What's that one? The dude that's like really good at dancing. He just did. He like, I guess he's like standing like in front of like a couple of like officers or something like that, and they probably know he's gonna do it, like, because they would have to ask permission first. But like he's standing there and he's like in like the red he's in like a red suit already, and they kind of like look at him and start kind of like chuckling already because he just starts like doing the moonwalk and spinning around and stuff. So basically, the idea is he's walking past him like a smooth criminal. I thought it was funny, and they were both laughing about it. So it went. I think it went viral. It's pretty funny. I think it went viral though because he's really good at dancing. No, that guy's really good. I wish I could remember his name. He's really good at dancing though. But that's just it. That's what the new generation is the ones that recognize where the information is and use it to their advantage. That's why they're doing well, because essentially all you do these days is look online. Well, here's an entire skill I can learn online. Let's do it. Oh, I want to learn how to dance. All right, I'll just get on YouTube or whatever and look some videos up. You couldn't do that 20 years ago. You wanted to learn how to dance, you had to go take classes from somebody. And now you want to too, but now they're like virtually, you set them up virtually and stuff like that. You get the content creators, and that's the point. You make the content to support your brand. I recognized that way early on, but that was the whole point, was YouTube never promoted me. I recognized that way back when I owned my school. You need to stop chatting? Okay, that's cool. I was really just chatting with you, so if you're going to stop chatting, I probably got to stop too. Are you at the salon? Are you going to leave me on? I don't know that I'll be here too long. I know sometimes you do that. You don't have to. I was just saying. I was just asking. How about Mr. Chat GPT though? How about that? Is that what he's using? He's using isn't he using like just one of the voices? What's it, like AI bot or something like that? It's a bot powered by Chat GPT. I think that's what he's using. It's not actually Chat GPT. I think it uses a bot that's powered by Chat GPT. Because Chat GPT itself doesn't talk to you. So, I mean, he's. You have to do husband chores. I saw he was doubling his concurrent viewers. That's impressive. That's awesome. That's good. I think I even said like a while back that I think he should do that. That I think he should be using an AI bot or something like that. Because like he needs somebody there. Because that was the issue. Is like, well, you can go do your husband chores, but it's gonna mess with your dynamic if you just have like another person on there. Like if you're the content creator, that's your content. But like if you have another person on there that nobody can see, they don't know what they look like or something like that, and they're just like insulting people and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. But like if people can see you and you're the content creator, like it's, what I mean, like you can have those battles and you can choose them versus the other person sort of in the background. So I think that's a good idea, like doing it with like, what I mean, like an AI chat bot instead of like a person. That's way better. It's pretty funny too. It makes it funnier because she's intelligent. Yeah. Well, you do. You actually, you mean one that you can communicate with. You're monetized though, so you actually do have a team, whether you know it or not. They manage your channel, but it's they won't communicate with you. And that's not their job. Their job isn't to communicate with you. But you do have every content creator, as soon as they're monetized, that's why these things cost money. That's why they pick and choose too. That's why they gatekeep. They pick and choose because it costs money. As soon as you are monetized and stuff, you have real people managing your channel. Now they manage other people's channels too, but that's the point: is their workload gets bigger if you get more traffic. Obviously, there's better people at managing channels, and so that's kind of what I've dealt with. I think is maybe some people that weren't necessarily the most honest at managing channels and stuff like that, and said some things that weren't necessarily true, or what have you. I don't know what happened exactly, but I just know that it certainly seems like that. But regardless, yeah, you have a little team. Yeah, yep. I think that YouTube needs to offer more tools to supporters. Now, that's the point, is we have all of these channels now that sort of kind of work with YouTube. And we don't name drop. We have all these sort of channels that work with YouTube, in the sense where they sort of put out videos that say, here's what'll promote your channel, here's what won't, here's how YouTube works, and stuff like that. They just know how it works, and essentially that's what they make videos on and stuff like that. And it's really good content, really good content. The one guy is actually I think he's an IGN caster. Anyway, it's really good content. And if he's not an IGN caster, he looks just like the guy. But you know the guy with like the neck beard, this like no hair. He's really nice. That I know neck beard typically has a negative kind of. I don't mean it like that. He has a neck beard. Anyway, they make content on us, and it's good content. But they need, my opinion, they need actually more tools to allow YouTube themselves to actually communicate. And it doesn't have to be like, I'm going to communicate by talking to this person necessarily. It doesn't have to be like that. It can be the sort of thing where it's more of a communication, like, oh, I'm gonna have a message board, and on this message board maybe there's a server update today, so that way on my stream I can see at this time there's a server update, and I'm not screaming at YouTube, why the fuck are they moving my bitrate around all over the place? Oh, there's a server update, I'll end my stream before that starts. Thank you, YouTube, for fucking communicating. So it's sort of like, if you have Blizzard and you plan like a live stream event, and Blizzard doesn't post when their servers are going to go down, you plan this thing, you have all this money involved and stuff like that, and then the servers are down. That's expensive. So why the fuck isn't YouTube communicating with content creators on a more basic level, the ones that don't have access to the developer tools and stuff like that? That they will have access to, once they're, essentially they have access to more developer tools and stuff. It's literally as simple as that. They unlock certain parts of YouTube for you. And so the idea is that you can sort of use YouTube a little bit more, essentially, and have more access to it, essentially. And they do limit the access before that, but that's the point. Is it shouldn't be that way, because after a certain point, unless you bought the subs, I think that if you genuinely earn them at a certain point, sort of like the half subscription sort of thing, or half monetized, the half monetized sort of thing, I think that they should start doing it then, where it's like, okay, let's communicate with these people because they're spending their money, this is their livelihood. That's the problem. is they don't see that stuff. You know, they don't see how much money somebody might invest and how much time they might invest and stuff like that. Like I remember the one time when I first started, what happened to me was essentially YouTube had changed my bit rate to something and didn't tell me. I had no idea. And I didn't know about the live control panel thing. Or control room. Yeah, that thing. And I didn't know how to bring that up. And it also didn't have nearly as many messages, and it wasn't nearly as intuitive as it is now. Because they have been changing, they have been updating. And so the point is that they just sort of changed it, and my bitrate was going around all over the place, and I had no idea why. And then one day, when I was like really upset, and like I had done all this stuff already, like, you know, I got the, you know, this I got my friend to come over, you know, and cancel what he was working on to deal with this issue, to put our heads together, like just like a bunch of stuff that we, you know, like essentially it was the sort of thing where like I spent time on this, and then here I'm sitting there live, and they finally have a message in my control panel that says, you're streaming at a bit rate of this, which is lower than the recommended bit rate that YouTube's giving you, which is this. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So the whole time it was YouTube. And I was doing all these things because it was YouTube. So that just kind of let me know how it was going to be on YouTube. And it didn't get any better. No, they fix things, but then a whole shitload of other things go wrong when they fix things. So that's the point, is they need to communicate, and that really did happen. And so it's like, that's why I started educating you guys on bit rate and stuff like that. A lot of you, because even I remember 365, I think you said you didn't even really kind of know about bit rate and setting it and what it was supposed to be and all. And even the control panel, the control room thing, that's the point. YouTube, how's anybody gonna know? That's how YouTube communicates with you. So that's kind of my point, is there should be just general community YouTube channel hub sort of thing that people can go to. And, you know, the other content creators can still make their content. YouTube doesn't have to make content videos. Just make like a generalized sort of message board hub on YouTube. You know, just make posts. That's it. So you gotta just keep us updated. You know, you make a post once in a while that says, hey, just a friendly reminder. Just a friendly reminder that you know, you can view your while you're live streaming, you can view your live control room at any time to view messages being communicated by the team at YouTube to be properly updated on what's going on with your stream. That would be a very helpful, positive post for YouTube to make right there. You know, like they could just do this regularly, and it'd be a nice, really good, positive thing for them. And it's like, you know, I really wish they would just have promoted me already, because I had so many ideas like this previously, and now I've lost them. Like, they're gone. I had so many good ideas I could have given them for free, just because I was there to be a helpful content creator. You know, like, the point is, I'm so good at managing. That's why I'm irritated. That's why, like, I act like this. Like, I kind of just go around and kind of see so many opportunities in other people and other businesses at any given time, and I just notice these things. And these are the things that are wrong. Just like when I tell you guys a million times that, like, over and 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 over, that you know, if Domino's Pizza keeps cooking their pizzas for fucking 8 to 10 minutes, you're never going to cook it. I'm going to keep ordering that pizza, and you're going to throw all kinds of toppings on there. The more toppings, the worse it is, the more doughy it's going to be. I'm going to keep ordering that pizza from Domino's, yet Domino's is just going to keep thinking they're right instead of listening. And I'm going to keep getting a doughy, disgusting pizza that I don't even want to eat. That I know if I eat, I'm either going to be in the bathroom for 2 hours or end up in the hospital because you didn't cook the dough. So, you know, I mean, like, this is my point. How many times can I go to the same fucking McDonald's drive-thru and the goddamn second lane is broken? How many times? How many? Seriously. The amount of times I worked there, not that one, another one, and I fucking heard nonstop bullshit, bitching and yelling and all kinds of shit if the smallest fucking thing wasn't done. But yet every fucking time I go to this McDonald's at this one location owned by the same fucking company, their damn fucking drive-thru is down. The second lane is down. And they're all fucking bottlenecked in the one lane. Gee, I wonder if that manager's getting reamed out and screamed at regularly. Probably not, because that falls on the GM. So the point is, this entire generation exists essentially to the guy at the top now just yells at everybody else and it trickles down. That's all that happens. That next manager yells at somebody else, the next manager yells at somebody else, the next manager yells at somebody else, the next manager yells at somebody else. Nobody fucking does anything. And here I am actually giving you the answers. And that's the fucking point. This asshole CEO that sits there at fucking YouTube making fucking YouTube made 32.5 billion fucking dollars last year in advertising revenue, and they act like they can't fix these things. So the point is that CEO wants to just keep making that same amount of money or more. They don't want to make cutbacks to fix these things, even though they made shitloads more money. Oh, or you can go buy a new jet. That's fine. Ridiculous. So this is exactly the point with America. This is exactly the problem. It's every company, and this is why I say like the whole capitalism thing. That's why. Because it's every company right now. It's literally every single one. Every single one. It's every one of them. They're all making way too much money, and then you sit at the bottom. All the federal government did was raise the minimum wage so that we could sort of manage. That's fucking nothing. Yeah, tax the shit out of these guys. Tax the shit out of them. That's nothing. You want something to happen? Start listening to what the Democrats actually want to do. And stop thinking that it's to hurt you. Idiots. They want to fucking tax the rich man because he's who's stealing your fucking money. And then you want to elect him. God. So dumb. Half of you don't even fucking understand how it works. And this is the fucking point. You're so stupid, you just go to work every day, and then you go in there and you text people half the time you're there and you don't even fucking do your job. So this is why that fucking very rich guy doesn't even give a shit. Make him give a shit. Maybe he'll actually care once in a while. Probably not, but maybe. And then you can prove, well, I worked my fucking ass off, gave a shit, and it still didn't work. So yeah, now I'm irritated. So that's that way you know you're doing you. Right. This is the fucking point. Nobody does that. They've given up because they know exactly how it works now. It's subconscious, but they do. Every fucking person in this country should be making a bare minimum of $30 an hour. That's it. Period. End of fucking discussion. Period. End of discussion. There should be absolutely fucking nobody making less than $30 an hour every single fucking hourly job. And if you think that's funny, like you're laughing at it, you don't understand how inflation works. You also don't know what the national debt is. It's unbelievable how just completely misinformed the general public is, and this is the point. Like, we can't even. Yeah, like, I recognize all these things. That's why I'm just irritated, just generally speaking, by this stuff. Because that's the point. It's just, there's so many problems, and everybody's just like duh, 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 duh. Duh. Everybody's just like, duh. Gas prices. Biden. Duh. You really think that guy? You really think the guy that's literally like dying to put in, like, he's choosing to serve his country, dying basically? You really think he wanted to do that? When you get to that age and you're like fucking decaying basically, and you're like kind of barely hanging on, you tell me if you have the energy and the go ahead to just do that, because you won't. Meanwhile, this guy falls over and shit like that, and then people like laugh and make fun at that and stuff. It's like, you don't get it. It's like, you don't get it. The point is, this hardworking American, this guy that's worked for you, for your government, for so fucking many years, is now literally falling in front of you, for you. Trump wouldn't be caught. If he fell, he would have like stood up and pointed at the guy and blamed him for pushing him or something. He would have like made some big scene or something. He just gets off, like, kind of laughs about it and stuff like that. God, you know, people really just want a reason to hate somebody. You fucking just don't get it. You don't take one look at somebody like that and see what the choice they made with their lives. Put yourself in his shoes. You wouldn't have done it. That's the point. Put yourself in his shoes. That guy's rich. Yeah. He's retired. He was just the fucking most successful vice president in history. And he's retired. Fuck do you think he wants to... Are you kidding me? Put yourself in his position. He did it because he didn't see anybody else being a strong enough candidate. And I honestly believe that. And I think it still holds true. Unfortunately. You know, the only other guy strong enough, in my opinion, to go up against him would have been Pete Buttigieg. No, and none of our candidates, your candidates, would pick him. So he's not going to be on there. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah, you know, oh, he's gay. Oh, my God. Get over it. It's going to happen. I guarantee you, the amount of people that keep that shit secret and what we've gone through as a society, I fucking guarantee you, I promise you, at some point, there's been a president that's been gay. And you didn't know it. I guarantee it. Just the amount we've had throughout history, what history has done to men. I guarantee it. I'm not saying history hasn't done something, like similar stuff, bad stuff to women too, because it has. I'm just saying what it has done, that's the point is, oh God, he's gay. Oh, he'll never, that's, in my opinion, that's just stupid. Yeah, I think so many people would have come out to, just like coming out to vote for the first woman president or something like that. I guess people aren't ready for it yet. I don't know. I think that's so stupid. In God we trust. Yeah. Yeah, sure. But do you even understand the God that you what? We need to get over these things that were essentially created for us to feel better about death. We need to just kind of get past them and be adult about this. Like it makes you, yeah, like I get it. Everybody wants that, but stop compartmentalizing it. Yeah, there probably is one. Will he come down on Earth as one of us? I don't know. That's what some book told us. You know, I want to believe in dragons too. The whole point of dying, the only reason to give value to life, you guessed it. I mean, obviously we want to cradle it and make it last as long as possible. And obviously the ultimate goal would be to live on, and continue society. But that's the point. Someday. The point is we already know the evolution of our own solar system. So the whole point is that someday, billions of years from now, the Earth won't even be here. So, anyway, I said something about Pete Buttigieg and everybody laughed, so. Analytics advice for you paid off. Yeah, you're right. A lot of it has to do with like tricking that algorithm, like the name stuff. And that's why the whole Does Life, it had nothing to do with the fact that his name is that. That's why, is because it actually fit my channel. And I think YouTube actually liked the fact that I changed it to that. Because that shouldn't be like his namesake. It's just a statement. I mean, it's an incomplete statement, but it is a statement. So, like I said, I realize I do recognize that is definitely part of it, because there's just so many people doing it now. But my issue isn't about algorithms and stuff like that. My issue is, well, you already know my issue. I already explained it. Because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that every time I have some sort of big event, some sort of new thing happen, There's always technical issues. There's always and it goes beyond that. It's always somebody reaching out. It's always like it's not one issue. It's like 5, 10. It's like 5 or 10. Like it's bad. Like I just remember that Starfield release was just loaded with just so much drama. And people telling him stuff and telling you stuff and telling me stuff in my chat and coming in trolling different chats and trying to like get people to talk shit on each other and stuff like that. And it's like, well, we're not gonna do that. That's not what we're gonna do. We're not about that. I might say stuff here and there that's sort of like, well, this person's copying this and stuff like that. Well, because somebody literally is doing that. But, it's the sort of thing where I'm just going to say it as it happens. I'm going to call it out. And, if you guys don't notice it, I can't help you. And you want to keep following the same copycat content creator that just copy and pastes, fine. Do it. That shit's boring. I never even liked content creators to begin with. The only reason I liked content creators was because of Asmongold. That's why I talk him up so much. He's the only content creator I started watching, and I was like, wow, he's actually funny, and I can actually watch a stream start to finish and give a shit. And then I started caring about the guy. It wasn't like all like that. It was just, obviously more just like, well, I care about his well-being. Like I saw him go through the stuff with his mom and all that, and I just, just care about how he's doing. That's all. And I started realizing, wow, this is definitely this is how I would much prefer a community than what I've seen. And that's why I always sort of kind of had an opinion of that content before, is just all I see is trolling, people being nasty, and then like just typing weird crap in chat. Like you go into his chat, a certain person, and it's like all he's doing is complaining about where's the support, and people are just sending the same thing over and over again. The point is, like, he doesn't really know how to engage with his chat. That's the point. He does not know about chat engagement and all that. I do. So when I use chat engagement and I start down those lines, if I'm in here, I see if I'm at home, I see the bit rate immediately start going all over the place. So essentially the point is, the very moment that I start being a normal fucking content creator that does things correctly and engages, some asshole that's sitting here and harassing me and doing things with my stream, and he has been harassing me for a while, starts doing it again. Because the idea is essentially to make it look like I've always said, like, like I don't either can't make the content or can't take it, or like whatever these trolls have said, throughout the years, where they come in and they say this or that. This is just that person creating accounts, coming in once in a while when they cause a problem, and then saying something to essentially get the chat to agree with them, thinking that that's just somebody watching or something like that. This is some pretty top level harassment shit. And that's kind of the game they're running. Essentially, they're just doing something. They're moving the bitrate around all over the place. They do it a whole shitload of times. They get enough responses out of me that, essentially now that new people are watching and stuff like that, we had some good streams. Now they come back and do it again and get a bunch of more people to leave. And then they go over to Cookie Dough's channel. That's literally, they've been cycling over there. They've literally been siphoning over there. Just like Night Force Gaming was in my channel constantly for the longest time. And then just suddenly he disappeared. And after he disappeared, I saw him very, very constantly in his chat over there. I saw him all the time in his chat over there after that. There's all these people that did that. And they're just siphoning to his channel, just cycling over there, just cycling over there, just cycling over. So somebody's fucking just talking shit. That's all they're doing. They're just talking shit. And then people just cycle over. That's all they're doing. So that's my point, is like literally every time. Or if I have a good idea, that it happens then too. I'll have a good idea, the bit rate will move around all over the place. And then somebody else will do my idea conveniently right after I had the issue on my stream and stuff like that. And they'll do it and it'll work just fine. Yeah. So that's the point, is like the game they're running is essentially to make it seem like either this person wouldn't know what he's doing, or this person is, like a bad content creator. Essentially, that's what they're doing. They're just cycling people over to that channel. And, especially when you're going to, it's a really bad idea to say that, like, you have a plan and stuff. Like, don't fucking say shit like that. Like you have a plan. This is all part of my plan, and you're playing chess with people and shit like that. What are you doing? What's your plan? What game are you running then? That's my fucking point. So like I see them cycling over, and they don't come in anymore. Nobody says anything. I guess there was some plan. Fucking no. Yeah, I was making fucking member-only content, talking shit. I don't know. But that's the point, is after that, after I saw Night Force cycle over, and he was a mod too. So, because that was the point. I literally physically saw him just like talking up a storm, and it was literally this. This is how petty it was. I did a stream. No lie, I did a stream talking about like Biden and like sort of slamming Trump a little bit. And they were literally talking about nonstop shit and like the Middle East and Obama. And it was just nonstop. That was all it was. And I had come in to literally just be there. Yeah, that's how fucking trolling this bullshit is. Like, I'm not gonna fucking recognize. So, like, I'm just like, you know what? Like, you guys are not gonna come in my fucking chat and say these things. You're gonna literally, like, that's the point. Be engaging in my chat. We can talk about this fucking stuff during the stream. And so, like, they're going to go in there and, like, talk all his stream up and shit like that. That's fine. He's going to just use it. That's good on him for using it. But my point is, they're fucking going in there and just using the good shit from my channel and then using it for the other content creators. And so they're just going in there and using my engagement with his chat. It's really fucking pissing me off. And it's just constant, nonstop. And so that's the point, is like, I like so many of them, and they'll come back in, they'll be like, I'm back. And then that's all I ever see. CD Man, you did that most recently, but I know that you have a farm to run, so I'm not like giving you a hard time. I just know that recently you like, it was like a month ago or something, you were like, hey, I'm back, and then I didn't hear from you after that. So this is kind of what I'm getting tired of, is people are doing that shit. They go over to other people's channels, they leave this one, they go to his channel or somebody else's channel, and then they come in and play these little fucking games like, hey, I'm back, and then that's all they ever say, and then they leave. The idea is to get the fucking people that watch to regularly think everybody's leaving because of some bad reason, because I was blocking people or something like that, and then they're all over in the other chat. So like the point is, because they have this Discord where they can just talk about me if they want. I don't have that. And so that's the point. That's what's fucked up. Yeah, they know I don't have these things. So. No, but I'm not that person. Leverage it out? No. I will not. I even just said this the other day. No matter how many fucking times these people call and want to do this and want to fucking sit here and just kind of do this and let it happen and shit like that, I am not going to do it back. Yeah, I am not. I will never. Just like the asshole that came in my chat the other day with Nope as his name. Yeah, comes in my chat with Nope as his name, sits there like trolling hardcore, insulting, just being a troll. There's just everything is contrary, just being a troll. Just being an ass. And yeah, that was the point. He came in my comments on that post. You saw it. And so that's the point. Is we have that going on. And we have people pretending like they're not making alt accounts when they are. Yeah. It's proper. Yeah. And that's where I'm at, is like everybody else on YouTube just starts stooping to everybody else's level. I'm not going to do that. My thing is like, CD Man, McFlores, Cookie, countless others all know about me because of one channel. That's why I tell people to go over there if they found me over there. Exactly. That's also why I look at it like that too. Like I've even said more recently that I've started to kind of like that's kind of why I like did what I did, and I told you already that I subbed to him. It's not some big secret. I did in fact sub to him, and I told you that. I said he deserves it at this point. Like nothing's happened. We've said what we needed to say. Originally, I made my video to back him up because he needed, like, it was the sort of thing, I even told you guys, the sort of thing where I saw like at a state he was in, like just I could just tell looking at his face he was not in a good emotional state at that point. Like so just stuff was going on in his life. And I really wasn't either. I was going through some stuff too. And so it was just the sort of thing where I had trouble not reaching out, where I felt like I needed to. I felt like what kind of a person am I if I recognize that somebody's going through something and I don't step forward to sort of, be that bullet shield a little bit to help them out. Even if it doesn't matter, even if it's so insignificant, it doesn't matter. I look like an idiot. I don't care. I want to step forward and I want to do it, even if I can help the smallest amount. And so that was my whole point too, was that was the only reason I even did it in the first place. And it's just, I don't know, it almost seems like, yeah, I really shot myself in the foot. I've cycled some people in and out of my channel I didn't want to lose. I sort of changed my format a lot of times based on this and that, different dynamics, different types of people with different worldviews, very different than mine. And so I've tried to shift things around to be as entertaining for this crowd as possible. But I'll be honest, like I don't appreciate, the obviousness of the issues and the people that meddle around with me just to try to get me to think it's okay to troll people and stuff. No, it's not okay. You are a fucking harassing dipshit. If you think that trolling is okay and you want to justify it by, oh, tough love, you're an idiot. There is no such thing. There's only love. And that's my point. Is we need to get it across to the current generation that this whole trolling business, like I get it. It started originally, with the idea, that we give people a hard time so that they know, essentially, all right, this person has always had it good, so we've got to take him down a few notches. We got to show him what it's like, and I get that, but don't start doing it like, who the fuck is playing country music like so loud that I can hear it like here? I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Like, you guys can probably hear that. Yeah, that's YouTube's gonna give me a copyright for that. Copyright the guy that's playing it in his truck so loud. My thing is, like, with all these guys, especially when it seems like I don't really like some of them, it's not the case. If that were the case, I probably would have been off the platform already. No, it's not that at all. I actually do like a lot of you, like, especially the content creators that are here now. I actually do. It's more out of a need for, like as things happen, it's the sort of thing where, like, I see so many people cycling into my channel, and then they cycle into another one that did something after I did. And while it might not have been my original idea, I know they were watching and got it when they were watching me. And now these people are in their chat and in that channel talking that up. And they're, oh, it looks this good. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that's a cool idea, blah, blah, blah. And they're doing the engagement there. Meanwhile, I had jack shit for me. And I've been sitting here since like 2011 on this platform. And I've been streaming for years now. And I've seen the people cycle in and cycle out into other people's channels. And I'm just sort of kind of getting tired of the fact that I'm the tech guy. The content creators recognize this, so they farm content ideas off me. They know I'm smart. They know I have original content ideas. And it's really hard to find that these days. It is. I'll own that. And I don't care if it's the sort of thing where I came up with it and you do it then. But the point is that people are cycling out and then never coming back, and then they're like talking shit, and it almost seems political. And it's like, why would you do that? We're human beings. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, I get it. I say, you're fucking stupid if you vote for this guy and stuff like that. You have to realize I'm trying to help. That's at the point you have to realize that you are now being affected by the fact that I'm just calling some people stupid if they voted for him. I'm not even directly calling you stupid. But now you're tuning out, going to the other guy's channel, and you hate me, and you're doing all this stuff to hate me, just because I was actually just trying to get it across to you, the thing that you're trying to do to me. The thing that you think I need. The trolling bullshit. No, you need it. The trolls need it. They need it more than anybody. And so that's the point. I'm calling you all a bunch of fucking idiots because you think everybody needs to be trolled and the piss needs to be taken out of them. It needs to happen to you. You're the one that's so emotional and affected by things that you go, oh, this needs to be canceled. And you troll everybody. So the point is, yeah, that's all I've seen is people like that just hate. They talk crap. They want you canceled. And it just seems like it's the sort of thing where they recognize that they stole some ideas from you. They stole some stuff from you. And now that's kind of what you're saying. You're talking about that, and so now, yeah, they're gonna hate you too. Well, oh, well, they recognize it. Oh, well, it's stealing. Everybody does it. Somebody else did it first. Yeah, I get it. I know. Yeah. Yeah. So the point is that it's not about the creators, it's about the community. It's about getting the community to recognize what they're doing. The creators, like, it's the sort of thing where they're going to do what they're going to do. So, like, a lot of times, you know, like, that's, you know, they've already decided what they're going to do. It's the sort of thing where I'm trying to get a lot of the community, and I'm trying to get them to recognize that essentially it's about exactly that. Love, not hate. Support, not trolling. Not, I showed up here for a purpose. Not, I came in your chat to I know I'm blocked, so I'm going to endlessly type shit to cause an issue for your stream. That's YouTube's problem. And that's the point. YouTube, that is a serious problem that YouTube has created. That's their fault. Yeah. You're talking to a mirror. You mean in the concept of, obviously, the concept of the fact that content creators are watching you mean? Like a Black Mirror, you mean? Well, anyway. I can't. I basically just, like, that's why, like, I sort of freaked out and reported all this stuff and did what I did and had it investigated, because I'm tired of it feeling like when I start my stream, there's a concurrent viewer in here trying to hide their concurrent view. Like, they're already in here, they're trying to cause a problem. Like, I'm tired of it feeling like that, like, it's literally somebody, an evil piece of shit, actually, like, sitting there waiting and harassing and, like, trying to cause an actual legitimate issue, like actual harassment. That's what I'm talking about. That's and it's so plain to see at this point. Oh, yeah. Are you talking about, like, seeing the concurrence, or you like putting the tape over the number for the concurrence? See, that doesn't bother me. I've actually, when I get a lot of concurrence, it gets me going. I actually start, like, getting revved up and start talking more, and that's what triggers this person to do this. That's the point. That's why, like, that's when it happens. Because I start making really good content. I've always been like that. I've always been like that. Always. I was trained to be like that. my instructor, my martial arts instructor, even, like, that was the whole point, was when I became a martial arts instructor, one of the things, like, before I took ownership, one of the things he did, and I'll never forget this was a very important life experience. He told me we were going to be doing a seminar, but he didn't tell me I was going to be leading it. So I had just zero prep. I had no idea. And, yeah, I mean, obviously preparing me for ownership and stuff like that, obviously that it was important to do those things, but I didn't know this was when it was going to happen. And so everyone's sitting there, everybody's watching. We had quite a number of people in there, and students and all kinds of people, including himself. And so everybody's all lined up, and he announces the seminar. And then he goes, okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to a very capable instructor. And I sort of kind of like make a sharp look at him, because I know he's talking about me, because there ain't nobody else he's going to hand it off to. And like, I just sort of like make a sharp look at him, kind of like, are you really doing this right now? Like, are you really doing it? And he does. I learned quick. Yeah, it was literally, he literally was like, well, let me hand you off to a very capable, blah, 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 blah. He gave me an introduction, everything. Great introduction. And yeah, it was the sort of thing where I had to learn real fast, or I was going to make a fool of myself. I promise you, I actually did not make a fool of myself, surprisingly enough. It was definitely a confidence thing, but you know, I had started off, I started off a little bit bad, but I saved it. It was the sort of thing where, like, I sort of kind of started off a little bad at the first like 30 seconds, but then I just kept rolling. Yeah, you're ready for it. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. Like, I've been since ready. Like, that's the point, is like, I just think it's a bit ridiculous that, you know, all this stuff's happening. That's all. And I'm more than ready for it. And that is a good point. Is like, everybody watching would definitely have some sort of their own sort of worldview as to why I kind of am this way, or why I react to certain things a certain way. And that's why they think certain things. They don't actually like listen to what I say and watch my streams enough to know that. They sort of kind of just think these things, or jump to conclusions and listen to this person or that person, and then just be on their merry way. And that's exactly the point, is you know, I think I may have even told that story like a while back too, but you know, if you watch the streams and you know, like, you actually watch and support, you'd know that I have that confidence level, and you'd feel it, you'd hear it, and that's what teaches these content creators, and that's what helps them, is essentially they watch me and they watch me be good at it. Well, I literally have an entire career of standing in front of martial arts students and demonstrating kicks and punches and all kinds of stuff. You really think I'm concerned with making a fool of myself? You're talking to a guy that had to be so perfect at what he was doing that every single time I'm doing that, on left or right hand, it better be pristine, perfect, both sides, every single time. Otherwise, I can't expect them to get it. And I better not fall on my ass. I better not, you know, like, there's so many things I better not do. And it's so important to be that freaking good. So I promise you, you know, like, that's the sort of thing where, like, it's, for me, it definitely wasn't that, but I can understand where you're coming from. Like, it was definitely like that for me at the beginning. When I did the high school talent show, yes. When I did I don't know, Where's my money button? I have no clue. Right when you said that, somebody left the stream too. So YouTube's fully aware that they're keeping my money button from me. Like I've talked to them about that so many times. I don't know what the heck they're doing with that, but yeah, that's the high school talent show. That was a little bit of a different story. Yeah, a little bit of a different story. Yeah. Oh, I'm well past my watch. I've been past my watch hours. We talked about this, like, I think a while back. Yeah, I think we talked about this a while back. I've had it for a while. I had it, I think, even right before Cookie did, actually. And then he got it shortly after I did. Like, as far as watch hours are concerned. It's just because I have so many, like, long streams from years and years, you know. So I think that's what YouTube didn't catch, is that I am past that threshold. And they're like, oh man, we got to monetize this guy. Dude, I've been past it for a while. Remember about the redundant email I told you about? Where I asked them about that, why I don't have super chats and stuff like that. And I keep sending them the request for the partial monetization, and all they do is send me an email endlessly. So I send it, I do it again, and then they kick it back to my control panel, my thing, and it says, well, you need to apply. So I apply again, and they send me the email, and I do it again, and it kicks back to my thing, and it goes, you need to apply. So I apply, and it sends me an email, and it kicks it back again. So I apply again, and it sends me an email, and it kicks back again. So I apply again. Sends me an email, it kicks back again, so I apply again. That's what's been going on with piece of trash YouTube. And this is why I know YouTube's so full of fucking shit. This is why I know. That's how. Because when they're doing that, it's so fucking obvious to see what they're doing. They don't want to pay me for what I deserve to earn. And at the same time, they're trying to make it look like they're doing these things when they're just kicking the email back. No, they did. Yeah, I'm applying for it. Remember, it just tells you you are eligible. It tells you are eligible. Apply here. You know, like in your little YouTube control panel. So I do it. It sends me an email. I fill out the application. I submit it. And then all that happens is I get a thing that says I need to apply again. My YouTube thing. So I do it again. And it sends me the same email. And I apply again. And then the same thing happens. It's just reactivating the new apply thing again, over and over and over. It's just endlessly reactivating. It's not actually applying to anything. So I think Scammer is setting it up so that I can't do that. But that's why it's being investigated, because the question is, why aren't they? That is the point. You know, that is the point. I'm not making money, and I have sent that email probably hundreds of times. I don't even know. Yeah, I fucking sat there and sent that so many times, so many, like, what, like, just why? And why am I filling out, and why am I filling out the same application over and 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 over? That's a viral video, I think? No, if I do that, YouTube will just not show it to people. That's what they've been doing. If I do that, YouTube doesn't show it to people. I get spammed dislikes before they count the views. I proved that recently, that YouTube will send a bunch of people in to dislike your stream before anybody sees it, so that it doesn't trend. I proved that, actually. Yeah, I took a screenshot. I don't know if you've been looking at my community posts. I took a screenshot of how I was live, and somehow people were able to come in and dislike the stream before their views were even counted. I saw absolutely no concurrent views. Their concurrent views were not there. So, YouTube is, if they do not like you, and you're talking about something that's an issue, just to talk about it because it's an issue, you're having a problem with it that YouTube's causing, they will come in and harass you. They will dislike your stream. They will get it not to trend. Remember, any of those other ones that I posted where it's like a YouTube problem, it gets no views. It gets like none. This is why I got harassed and all kinds of threats and stuff like that on some of these new ones, because I'm starting to make a big stink about how the fact that they're intentionally doing this to not let me get the word out, to not talk about these things. And it's like, well, it's literally my fucking content. During the review, they decided to delete the entire channel. They do that. Mine is different. Yeah, mine is different. Mine has a lot of reactions and stuff like that. A lot of copyrighted reactions, like the music videos and stuff. A lot of my views go to other outlets and stuff, and I'm fine with that, actually. Fine with it. I like that. I'm huge, very passionate about music. So I have a question. Why does it say I've only been live for 21 minutes? Because YouTube's fucking around with my stream. That's why. They have absolutely no reason to lose signal here, to lose the stream here. Absolutely no reason. There's no reason. YouTube does. YouTube's so fucking trash, dude. Like, the fact that they're gonna actually claim, the fact that anybody actually tried to claim that the 1440 was the issue, you look so fucking stupid right now, because YouTube can't even fucking handle streaming in 720. Like, the shit fucking goes like this. Every fucking stream I do, every single vertical mobile stream that I do, YouTube removes the top resolution from consoles, from mobiles, from mobile play. Yeah, the top one, they remove it. They take it down to, actually, they remove both of them. They remove 480 and they remove 720. They remove 2 resolutions. Yeah, it's bad. It's like 360? It's bad. That's fucking trash. Yeah, YouTube's just removing resolutions from entire streams. And again, they act like they shouldn't wonder why they're being investigated. Well, because YouTube randomly just does a bunch of fucking shit with your channel and doesn't say anything. They just start doing things. Oh, let's just remove the top resolution from every single vertical stream he does. Let's just do that. Yeah, and we'll just do that. I mean, you can go see it. I made a short about it, and it really pissed them off. And they tried not to show it to people. I made a short about that, and that's the point, is that's, like, I get death threats when I make shorts about what's happening on YouTube. I get death threats when I make shorts about the technical things on YouTube. Yep. Shit like that. Pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm gonna go get something really quick. I've actually needed to get to the store for a little bit, but I don't mind talking because this is good. I like the back and forth. I like the engagement, guys. I just want to know why YouTube has such a problem. Like, why is your streaming service so trash? Is it because you're sitting there fucking around trying to sit here and download shit from my phone? Is that what you're doing? Are you downloading shit? Oh, suddenly it makes sense. YouTube's trying to hack you. Oh, suddenly it makes sense. Yeah, YouTube steals your information to sell it to people. Suddenly it makes sense. Well, but I've pointed out some really, really sort of kind of, weird stuff that, most people would call a conspiracy or something like that, but it's not a conspiracy when it's happening. And then right when I point it out, the bit rate goes around all over the place and stuff like that. It's like, come on. If you weren't doing it, why are you moving my bit rate around all over the place? If it wasn't true, why is somebody moving my bit rate around? So that's the fucking point. Like, every time I fucking say something and it's actually like, there's actually some sort of substantial thing to it. Literally, this asshole is so stupid. He's actually just like sitting there moving the... How does he know this? How does he know it? How does he... Because I'm fucking smart. It's really annoying, 365 being empathic and then having nobody believe in such a thing or understanding what it is. You guys realize that smarter people can actually use their brain for that, right? ESP is real. Yet that is real. That's real, right? Like, it is an actual thing. It's not something where I'm like, and I can like be like, all right, that guy was at this store today at this time. No, it's not like that. But yeah, I am empathic. I will typically know who's in my fucking stream. Like, if you're in here, I will usually know who's in. Like that's the point. Like, I know when certain people are in here. It's literally, I just know. It's the sort of thing where the moment you come in, I know exactly who you are. And it's so bad. It's just so bad with certain people, and they try to act like they're not doing certain things. And it's like, wow, man, you're gonna really act like empathic people don't. This is what stupid people don't get. This is the problem. This is why I call stupid people stupid, and they kept getting dumber and dumber and dumber. They actually think these things aren't real, and then they walk around not realizing how smart people can actually use it against them. You're just going to continue being fucking dumber then, and smart people are going to win. Because I'm going to literally just fucking... Are you kidding me? Yeah. Part of the issue that I'm dealing with now, though, is that hackers that work for, like... hackers that are, like, content creators are starting to get a little bit too liberal with what they're doing. Does that make sense? People don't know what that word means. Yeah, exactly. That's what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to help people and show people things. But then the point is, the more I do that, YouTube moves my bit rate around all over the place. And then these people that come in my channel, they're so entitled. They're like, oh, it's your internet. Oh, it's this. Yes, because I haven't sat here for the years and years and years and tried just shut up already. Like, when it hurts my head, like somebody fucking comes in and suggests something I tried the first fucking day, the first few hours. Like, it's so basic. Like, sometimes when they say shit like that, it's just like, you don't realize a techie like me already fucking checked that shit before I started the stream. Like that's the point. That's how fucking OCD I am. Like, I'll literally start the stream and check all this shit beforehand. That's why it's so fucking annoying. Because, like, I am so goddamn OCD. It will be so perfect before I get ready to go. And there's just all these issues. And that's why it's so fucking frustrating, even more so. And this person that's doing this can hear my voice sometimes when I'm talking and I'm not, like, streaming and stuff. I have confirmed that this person is listening to my conversations when they're not supposed to be. That's why they're being investigated and shit. Because this person is actually listening to my conversations, like, through various microphones and stuff like that I have. And it's so fucking illegal to do that. That is such an invasion of privacy. It's not even funny. So I've confirmed that this person is doing that. And so that's why they're being investigated, because it's like, too fucking many times I was able to confirm that they were in fact in my stream, and in my stream listening to what I was saying just because I wasn't in front of the camera. They wanted to hear what I, for some reason, was saying or doing or something like that when I walked away from the camera or something like that. I'm not really sure why. It's really fucking weird. But there's been a couple of times where I was able to confirm that they were in fact in there listening, being weird. That's an invasion of privacy. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Yeah, that's fucking weird, man. So this piece of shit is like some fucking weird ass stalker or something. And so that's the point, is because I can take care of myself, that's why they're just stalking and doing this from where they are. So that's why they're being investigated. Would I still be a disgruntled employee? I've always said that I'm the person that wakes up the next day and moves on. You know, I wake up the next day and it's a new day. And so that's the point, is I've said this many times and I can move on from it. But every day I wake up and it happens again. And I get on stream and confirm, and doing my due diligence many, many times, that no, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not anything I'm doing. It's literally the fact that some jackass is in there fucking around with the bitrate. Yeah, YouTube does server updates. Yeah, they don't announce it. Yeah, that's sometimes the issue. Hence my point of communicating they need that message board. But my point too is that would really, really limit and narrow the window for where I can deduce what the fuck's going on here. And be like, okay, it's not YouTube, because now we've narrowed the window. When did I start noticing that? Got way worse after the Michael Does Life stuff. Way worse. I mean, I noticed it after I blocked a guy that basically pretended to be my friend just so that he could leech off of me. And he was being all like, pay attention to me shit. Like, it was the sort of thing where, like, I didn't see his message or something like that, and I was tanking the dungeon, and he literally typed in chat, oh, fine, you're going to ignore me. You're just going to ignore me and play your game then. Fine, I'm not important enough to talk to then. He actually typed that in chat, and is a content creator. So I guess he did some streams with me or something like that where he was talking on, like, we did some stuff where, like, we played WoW and he was talking in the background Discord, and yeah, it was a nice little camaraderie. But then all of a sudden he turned into that one day. Well, this I don't know. Maybe you watched me then before you knew them, because this was before Cookie and all that. This is before all that. This is the guy I always talked about. That's the point. This is the guy where it was really suspicious. It started all happening right around then. And the point is, I was sort of starting to kind of get over this stuff. You know, I had just gotten a new video card. I updated the router. Like, I did my fucking due diligence. And this guy did that. So I blocked him. I was like, look, dude, I'm not dealing with that. You guys know how I am. I'm not dealing with that. You come in my chat and you type some fucking shit like pay attention to me or some shit like, listen, man, I'm making content. And like the moment it starts becoming like a detraction, just like someone always talks about, that's a really good point. You know, we cannot allow these detractors to come in and just act like this. So yeah, that's the point. He was trying to do that whole thing at the time, you know, like where people just like try to play on people's emotions. Oh, feel sorry for me. He was trying to do that, basically just gain subs off me, trying to make me look bad by like essentially saying that in chat. Like, otherwise, why would he type it? Like, we're adults here. We can wait a little bit for somebody to look at a fucking message. So anyway, the weird thing about this is I think this guy does this because this guy sat there and watched my streams and deduced that I thought that he was in my chat because he saw my eyes move or something like that. So therefore he knows that I saw him there or something. Yeah, because there couldn't possibly be another fucking reason my eyes moved over to the other screen. Yeah, I did have another screen. And if you remember 365, I had two fucking screens, two monitors, not a giant screen. I had two identical monitors. And right when I started networking with all you guys, that was when that second one just broke. Just done. Yeah, exactly. And then and that's kind of my point, is like, I get on here every day and I send reports through YouTube system to tell them about these things, and they just fucking don't do anything. It's been nonstop. So the point is, I'm getting harassed by people that don't like me at YouTube. And then maybe even YouTube fires them because they sort of don't act like mature adults. The point is, I'm making content, and if it triggers you, you do not have your emotions in check. Like, the point is, when Gordon Ramsay goes into a restaurant and yells obscenities at somebody and calls them a fucking donkey and shit like that, are you fucking idiot? Are you stupid? What the fuck is that on my plate? It looks like a fucking landmine. They'll say shit like that. And everybody thinks it's so goddamn funny. But the very second I do it, oh, everybody's so goddamn triggered and it's the end of the world. Well, I got news for you. I've been doing tech shit my whole fucking life. I've been building computers. I've been fixing things. I've been doing shit my whole fucking life. I know how this shit works. I could do it in my sleep. Okay? So when I see the fucking bit rate going around all over the place and I know there's no fucking reason for it, I know exactly why it's happening. It's because fucking somebody's doing it. So, the point is, it shouldn't be any different than when Gordon Ramsay goes into a restaurant and tells them how it works. Shouldn't be any different. And everybody looks at him like, yeah, so that's the point, is just because he has these, Michelin stars, he has these pieces of paper and stuff like that to prove what he can do. Therefore, he can do it, and everybody loves him. Well, no. I have a simpler solution for you. He's a TV chef that has a whole career to show you. People did hate him for a while. Now they just love him. They get it now. Now they get it. So that's the point. I don't want to be fucking 70 years old before people start getting the point. Well, it's not hard to believe. Why is that hard to believe? Are you kidding me? Do you know, I used to work for a company that did returns. And when I got a return back, I could scan the item and literally see the person's name and address. Every single fucking time. Me. Just an employee getting a return from somebody that's typing, that sometimes would send it back with like literally shit in the box. I'm not making that up. You'll get a return and somebody will they'll return it intentionally wiping it in shit and stuff to return it. There were handguns sometimes. Some people would put knives in there. Blood. And this is what I deal with. And so, and they had the brilliant idea to give everybody in the company access to name and address. And these fucking people are sending this kind of shit in. So the point is, what do you think the average YouTube employee has access to? Do you think that the average employee has access to your name and address? Yeah, yes. Yes. And this is bad. The point is the moment that I do that, I'm the other guy. I'm now doing it back. That's my point. Me showing it's different. I know. Oh, well, yeah, I know. That's true. Sugar is bad, very bad for you. For people like me, I need lots of sugar. But everybody's different. But yeah, for sure, sugar's bad. And just if you have a normal amount of sugar in your blood, yeah, sugar is bad for you. But you're a total weird person. That's okay. What's wrong with that? It's okay to be weird. I think that's good. I think that the fact that our society is more embracing that is a huge step forward. We should give people the willing, we should definitely help people feel more normal. Those who feel weird in society should be helped to feel more normal, because you shouldn't feel that way. You're a person too. I mean, I don't think you're weird in a derogatory sense. Everybody's weird, technically speaking. The word weird itself can be applied to literally any person on the planet. Weird by definition just means different. Everybody's different. So I just think that's really subjective, and I don't think you're all that weird. Yeah, I mean, sure, you say things to get reactions and stuff. It's kind of obvious sometimes, but I mean, that's just part of who you are. Yeah, I mean, it's so what? I'm just honest. Like, I'll just say stuff. I'll be like, well, this is you. I gotta go inside and get something. I gotta wait for her to move now. But that's fine. I'll wait. Because I've been sitting here for a while, and then I said it right when she opened the door, so. You have to pretend to be normal. Oh, I see what you mean. No, I know what you mean. You're talking about... Here's a good analogy. Did you see Happy Gilmore? Did you ever see Happy Gilmore? You're talking about... you're basically Happy Gilmore. Like, if you're Happy Gilmore, everybody that comes in is Shooter McGavin, basically. Where, like, they're rich, they have like a rich husband or something like that, a big house, lots of money, and you're just working a job. I mean, so you kind of have to, like, you feel like you have to talk up to these people, kind of. Always do. I'm telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. Yeah. You two told me since time. I am. Why do you think I lost my? I mean, I lost my shit many times on YouTube. This happened. You act like this is something recent. I told Cookie about this. This happened way back. This was like very shortly after Starfield came out. I got that. And horrified and worried. Yeah, more so just concern for the state of the platform. And that's my voice, is essentially, what the hell's going on with other people if this is happening to me? If like this is how they dealt with me, I look at myself as pretty normal too. Like what you know what I mean? Like, I've just worked normal jobs too. It's not like I have like some, you know what I mean? Like, so like that's where it's like kind of like a little bit weird that it's happening, you know? You think normal people could relate to that? Yeah, for sure. And we try to put this in sort of a normal way, but then when you present it in a normal way, it's the sort of thing where like not enough people care anymore. So like you have to hold people to everybody. All right, I will say this flat out, hands down. Everybody in the fucking planet has ADD. Everybody, every single person on this planet has ADD right now. And if you are denying it, you're even dumber than I thought, because every single person on this planet stares at their phone way too long. They catch themselves scrolling. That's ADD. If you endlessly scroll staring at your phone, yeah, okay, maybe some of these really rich people, like actors and stuff, that spend their time reading and exercising their brain stuff, maybe not them. But like for a lot of us, yeah. And you need to respect that pretty much everybody needs a hook. Nobody wants to, like, nobody cares. And this is a huge issue. You know, I actually think science is really fascinating. And I love it. So I'll sit there and I'll watch space videos, and I'll watch things about you know, the declassified nukes that went off and stuff like that, and learn all about that science and learn more about space because of it and stuff like that. It's the sort of thing where like most people, like, they'll watch that stuff and it has to be so interesting. It has to like have all these visuals and stuff to really, really hook them. So the point is, if I present this information, I have to do it in such a way where it's sort of like, screw this person, F this person, oh, this damn stupid thing. Or otherwise people just don't give a shit. They really don't. They just don't give a shit. They'll just be like, oh, who cares? Oh, he was whining again. All right. Or they'll come on and comment and suggest dumb shit that I've already done a million times. So this is the result. I don't want that. I don't want the same. I really don't want somebody to suggest dumb basic shit to me either. That'll just not help at all. Might make it worse. And so that's the point. They have to be entertained. They have to be. Just like with a certain someone. When I go into his channel and he thinks, see, I think he gets it now. I think originally they thought it was like trolling or something like that. I think he gets it now. It's the sort of thing where it's like, wow, this is pretty boring shit. This is some pretty fucking boring shit. He's just sort of staring at the ground and nobody's talking. And then the only thing that happens that's actually interesting is when he starts getting irritated at the emojis or irritated with people in chat and stuff like that. Then it's funny. And then you see the concurrence go up. Thus, we have the situation. Yeah, I gotta do some stuff too. Drive, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, I that's why I don't. Another reason, like, I don't spend a lot of time in chats and stuff, and I don't type in chats. If I come in your chat and I say stuff and I actually put myself in there, that says something. It would take, that's, I have to go out on a limb to do that because of essentially the issues that I've been having. It'd be kind of not very bright for me to kind of do that with the issues I've been having. So that's the point, is I don't want to be spending time doing that. And content creators really shouldn't be doing that a lot anyway, because, think about it like this. Think about it like this. If a music artist you like suddenly starts telling you who they vote for, you might suddenly not like them anymore. You might just like all of a sudden, and this is just how people are. It sucks, but that's how people are. I don't feel that way. But truthfully, people are like this. And so when people start doing that, it starts becoming something else. Then people hate you. They turn it into something else. It's what they do. Same thing they do with religion. They missed the point. They made it this big thing. No, you missed the whole point. So my thing is, I'm more about like reactions. I'm more about like how do I feel about something? That's good or that's bad or that's energizing or that's inspiring or something like that. One of the most on brand things I think I ever saw that was a really good way to answer something. I saw a comment. It was on Disturbed's YouTube channel, and somebody commented, what was it? I forget. It was something like, first I was indestructible, then I was stricken, and now I'm immortalized. And I was like, oh yeah. everybody was like, yeah. That was like the best comment, because those are 3 Disturbed songs. So, and he put them in sequential order. So, first he was indestructible, then he got stricken, and now he's immortalized. So that's the point, that was really funny. And then I was looking for it because I saw the little symbol that means that, like, Disturbed music, the people that essentially run the channel, officially reacted on their behalf, I guess. And so I wanted to I wanted to see what they said. So I scrolled down all the way through these messages just to find out what they said. And do you know what they said? Very, very on brand. They didn't say anything. Yep. It was literally just the devil horns emoji and then the flex emoji. And it was like, yep, that's pretty much on brand. Devil horns flex emoji is pretty much on brand. It's the sort of thing where it's like that's what you'd see at a concert, like you do some gesture or something at him and he does it back on stage, that's the point. It's more about the brand. It's more about getting that message across. We support this is cool, than getting minced with words. Words are the things that people focus too much on. That's the issue. The issue is that words do matter. Don't listen to the trolls that tell you they don't. But at the same time, don't let words hurt you. So yeah, like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, for sure. Definitely learn from that. It is, words matter. They do hurt. Wars are waged out of this. Wars are waged. Do you know what happened? For a little history lesson. You guys know why we didn't blow ourselves up yet? Because nobody said anything. That's right. Because when it came down to it, I think every single one of those guys just shut the fuck up. That's literally what happened. It came down to it, and every single one of those guys just shut the fuck up. He was like, you know what? I don't think I want to push that button today. I think I want to wake up tomorrow and not be in a nuclear waste fallout land that'll kill all of us. If we nuke, by the way, guys, we nuke, if that happens, nothing will survive. It's the sort of thing where it won't be like Fallout. That's unrealistic. That won't happen. It won't be a video game. You won't survive. People won't mutate and turn into these beings. No. That will not happen. That is just a video game. It's just a fictional story. It is not science. On a separate Earth, in some separate galaxy, in some separate solar system, in some other alternate universe, that's happening, but not here. That will not happen. Scientists know what will happen. We will destroy the environment so harshly, Earth will happen. Yeah, like that's the point. We're already on the verge of that now with the carbon emissions, that we've already pissed off Earth enough that it's already literally like killing us left and right with its tornadoes and hurricanes and tsunamis. And thank God if we actually thank you, if we actually survive another volcano eruption, because to be honest with you, I don't know about this whole Mount St. Helens thing. Freaking Yellowstone. Yeah, I don't know about this whole Yellowstone thing. That's a nice sunset. Yellowstone is bad. And it's just waiting to happen. And it won't just affect us, that'll affect the world. Yeah, even that would be the sort of thing I think even Russia wouldn't want that. That's the sort of thing that would affect them. It would just, see, that's the point. Like, they don't want to, they want to take it over. They don't want to end it. They want to conquer it. Yes. Unfortunately, Russia wants the Soviet Union back together. A lot of people don't realize that. That's that's the common understood sort of thing that like the world leaders are kind of talking about, and that like sort of like that's the point, is they all sort of kind of understand at this point that he just wants to put the Soviet Union back together, and that's the last thing that anybody wants. You do not want that. Trust me. You that is that's the end. You do not want that. Yep, that is the beginning of communism all over again. And we're finally we finally might event. See, that's the problem. Is like as soon as we're looking at a glimmer of hope of putting that behind us, there's this new obstacle. That's what life is. You know, there's this new huge obstacle to overcome. That's what life is. We have to do it. Anyways, I'll be back. Got me talking. Hey guys, look at this sunset. You guys see this? Hold on. Let me show you the sunset. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Wow. There's no parking space here. I wish there was. That's so cool. I'm just going to have to turn around. I just wanted you guys to see it. That's so cool. I'm about to park like in front of the dumpsters just to watch the sunset. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, we gotta turn around now. That's awesome. Okay. Getting no sleep. Nice view. Thanks. Bam. Yeah, we're gonna have to get situated here, and I gotta get moving down the road because I got stuff to do and I haven't even started it yet. So this is, I've never had one of these. I wanted to try it. I'm really hungry, so it's the sort of thing where I couldn't wait anymore. So it's a stuffed jalapeno cheese pretzel, I guess. That's pretty good. Oh, it's actually not bad. Yeah, it's actually not bad. I didn't expect that. Wawa is actually normally pretty solid. They'll surprise you. Yeah, Wawa's good. I had a little bit of cheese on that one. I'll get a bunch on the next. And we got the code red. Mustard on a cheese and jalapeno pretzel. I do like mustard on my pretzels normally though. You like yellow 50 yourself? A red 40, enjoy? Is it red 40? It is, it's red 40. You got the nail on the head. What's the bad one though? I thought it was yellow number 5. I thought that was actually the bad one. Didn't they discontinue? I heard that the Livewire one is I heard that one. I just heard that. The annoying thing is Livewire is arguably the best orange soda I've ever had. Arguably. It's up there. Yeah, I've heard it's the coloring though. I've heard like it's because of the coloring. You do realize that the Mountain Dew that they're selling, that they're talking about, that they discontinued in like the UK and stuff, that's not our Mountain Dew. It's different. Yeah, they already like they changed it. I think that I think you're talking about like there was something in it, and they've been putting it in it for years, right? It's in Twizzlers, it's in like all these different things. That's not in ours. Yeah, they already fixed that. Yeah, otherwise it would have been like recalled. Like you can't do that here. Things are very heavily regulated. Like you used to be able to get away with that stuff, but anymore it's pretty hard to get away with that stuff. Yeah, they were getting away with it for so long because things are technically edible, but they're really not. That is funny. Yeah, they ban stuff too. Yeah, I mean they regulate stuff too. I just know that I know how people feel about me talking about politics and Obama. It's one of the things that I did research that they did, that essentially they helped to get more scrutiny on what we eat. And honestly, for a long time when I was growing up, when you look at the chicken nuggets, you'd look at the Kool-Aid, you'd look at the ketchup, you'd look at everything in the store, and I shit you not, the first ingredient said high fructose corn syrup for a long time. So everything we were eating was just corn. Yeah, for a long time. And then that administration got a lot of regulations put in place for that. And it started slowly changing. That's why you started seeing like 100% chicken, 100% beef, and stuff like that showing up on products, because they started having to put that. That was like a thing they had to start doing. Because yeah, that really was happening. You know, it was in everything. Seriously, the ketchup. I did my own research. I was picking things up in the store and looking at the first ingredient and went, high fructose corn, are you kidding me? Yeah, yep, soy. So I was just alerted that we have, like, hold on. I don't know that's gonna save it. I don't know that it's gonna save it. It's probably not. If you guys lose me, I apologize. I hope it saves it. Hold on. I don't know. It's not giving me a time. I'm sure you guys realized it just warned me that my battery is at like 4%. So I plugged it in, but you guys know how these chargers work these days. Half the time you plug it in, you gotta unplug it and plug it back in because the fucking fast charging never works. Or it just drains your battery faster. Like you plug it in, you turn it, flip it around, plug it in, flip it around, plug it in. They still never perfected it. They claimed to, but clearly they didn't. Some jackass somewhere developed these micro USB cables specifically to fail, so they could keep selling them. I'm sorry, not micro USB. USB-C. Type-C. Yeah, that's what it was. It was micro. Alright. It's time. I'll show you guys forward a little bit before we get going. Yeah, am I gonna play any games tonight? The goal is to get on and have a little bit of chat about that, actually. So yes. I don't know when though, because I have to get groceries. So why did 2 people just leave the chat after I confirmed I was going to be live? Thanks. Well, that is the goal. I hope that it happens. I plan to make it happen. I have to get groceries. I have to get home. But the idea was that we were going to talk because I'm sort of at a crossroads with what I want to focus on pretty heavily next. You know, just sort of like kind of do that for a little bit. Sort of like we did with Hogwarts. And that's what I want to do. I want to like have like a me focus again. But we got to talk about that. We got to talk about like what we're going to do. And I think I know, but I just have to get I have to get my eyes on my library and all that. Oh, small line. Yeah. I have never played it though. I've had friends that have told me about it. Pretty cool. I don't know if you know this or not, but I showed up to your Dragon's Dogma stream and gave it a like, watched it a bit. That's pretty sweet for a free play. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just be honest, I wasn't really that interested in the game like everybody else was. Like, everybody's, like, acting like I should be interested in that. It's really, I've played enough games like that growing up that, I don't know, I'd rather go play Skyrim. I don't know. Just, I mean, like, seriously, I already love Skyrim. I played it to death, and I still want to play it. Sometimes your 2K look good, sometimes it doesn't. What do you mean? Like, because you did something, or you mean because, like, YouTube's processing, or what? Yeah, you have to check and see what your bitrate is supposed to be set to, obviously. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, your YouTube will have you set. Yeah, you're pulling, like, if you're pulling the whole... Yeah, that's just the thing, is, like, their server shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, like, once in a while that's gonna happen. Once in a while that's gonna happen. With me, when it happens with me, it's this sort of thing where it's like, sort of circumstantially at specific times, and then at the same time, it'll just be all over. It'll be like twice what it's supposed to be, you know, or something like that. That's not my internet. Yeah, and again, if it was your internet, like, a lot of times if it's your internet, you can do a speed test and actually see how stable it is, and then that's what I'm doing to confirm that. Like, a lot of people don't know how to do speed tests. They don't know how to read them. They don't know what they look like. I've done that, and it shows you a lot of information. There's a lot you can get from that, and I've even, like, done the screenshots, put it on, like, YouTube, and sort of kind of, like, shown and stuff like that. And they know, you know, like, the people that work for them that know what the stuff looks like, they know. That's why they changed their mind in the first place, because they took one look at it and went, oh yeah, well, he can obviously handle it without it crashing. The question is it going to cause a backlog on the server? And that's just it. Like, I think they did it knowing it would cause a backlog on their server, specifically so that people would be pissed at me, because I was yelling about how all they need to do is up my bitrate and shit like that. But it's like, that's not my fucking problem if your server can't handle upping a bitrate by, like, a few thousand. That's pretty delicate. That's so pathetic. And so the point is, they're already dumbing down your quality. Like 2K's nothing, dude. We're on 4K. 8K's the next thing. Like, I just, like, the fact that we're moving backwards, and they can't even process 720 half the time. They're removing 720 and 480. They're every single vertical stream I do, they remove the top 2 resolutions. Like, their servers are just trash. So honestly, like, they do all kinds of stuff because their servers honestly just need to be rebuilt. They suck. And they do all these things. They spend all this time just because they don't want to rebuild the servers. And they could. And they could be better. They could be the best yet. But they don't want to do it. Yeah, it would be an overhaul, and it would be billions probably. It would matter though. Yeah. They would spend $2 billion doing it, probably. That's the only thing I can rationalize, the fact that they haven't done that. That it costs that much. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then there's no excuse. I'm actually giving them an excuse right now. I'm letting them have one. No, it doesn't cost that much. Not for them. When you're a big company, stuff's cheap. People want to work for you. Yeah, some guy will make that his resume. Oh, I rebuilt the servers for YouTube. You know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that YouTube's supposed to be the top. You know, they're supposed to be the best one. And they are. They are really good at, like, I still do appreciate what YouTube is. Don't get me wrong. I grew up with YouTube. I was watching YouTube before YouTube was YouTube. You know, before it was owned by Google. I was watching stuff on the internet before even YouTube even existed. You know, and then remember the old days of having to find various platforms to watch your shit on, you know, instead of YouTube. So anyway, yes, I do. Sadly, I do. Sadly, I do. Yep. Well, geez, LimeWire, Napster. You want to go back? You want to go back a ways? Napster. Napster was like the first. Yep, Napster, LimeWire, FrostWire. LimeWire turned into FrostWire, I think. Yeah. And then there was, and then that became torrents, and then everything was BitTorrent. Remember BitTorrent? Yeah, everybody found out you could simply download with compression. That's what torrents were. They started figuring out that, wait, why are we reconverting these files when they're already stored in a compressed format? So that's what torrents were. When they, instead of like, you know, MP3s and AVIs, they were, well, I think it's just, wasn't that the file extension .torrent, and then it was literally just unpack itself into a, yeah, it's sort of like the files in like a DVD or something. They're like indexed, you know, and there's like a file name, and then you open that file name with like a specific software that recognizes it, and it's an indexed, you know, it's an indexed file. It's just sort of compiled, many files compressed and compiled, and yeah, that's how they did it. should have bought some. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I gotta go in the store. I should get my shopping done. I watched I watched Unfrosted. It's a Jerry Seinfeld movie. It's new. It's on Netflix. And it's really good. It's really funny. Um it's about it's a comedy. They basically take like sort of the events of the invention of the Pop-Tart, and they sort of make it a comedy. They sort of like embellish and make it a comedy. And Jerry Seinfeld plays an executive. Well, he's like the executive. He's like the guy at Kellogg's, and so yeah, it's directed. I think it's written and directed by him. I know it's directed by him, but I think he worked with some other writers. But you can tell it's like just Jerry Seinfeld. It's like Seinfeld style jokes the whole way through, and it's really funny. It's really funny. Peter Dinklage is in it, I think. I think that was him. Let's see. There's a lot. There's a bunch of people that showed up in that movie. I'm trying to think. Who's the actor? I can't think of his name. I feel really bad when I can't remember an actor's name. The guy that played Hank on Breaking Bad, he showed up as like a general or something like that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, there was some really cool appearances in there, and then it's just some really good acting too, some really good comedy. I mean, I was always a fan of Seinfeld, but I love his style of comedy. It's always really just genuinely funny. He doesn't need to swear and stuff like that. He's just a funny guy. He doesn't have to do that stuff. He just knows how to be funny. He is, in my opinion, he's the sort of guy where like he just sort of kind of oozes charisma. And it's like you got to respect that type of confidence. That's what confidence looks like. See, people don't know what confidence looks like. You know, a lot of times they think it looks like, like somebody that's a billionaire or something like that. It's like, a lot of times, it can look humble, too. I mean, not that Jerry Seinfeld isn't rich. We all know he is. He's actually one of the richest. $1 million an episode's a lot. But no, aside from that, yeah, I mean, like if you watch Seinfeld over the years, you just know, like they didn't need to be all like swearing or like obnoxious or anything. They had awesome characters. They had George Costanza and they had Kramer. They had Cosmo Kramer and they had George Costanza. They were characters. They were. Elaine was a character. Jerry just sort of played himself. But you know what? That was what was so great about the show. The show constantly made fun of how regular it was, and I mean, like how many episodes were about how they wanted to make a show that was about nothing, and that was the point. That was what Seinfeld was, And then so like that's the point, is like they created comedy with really good, smart characters, and well timed, well timed, physical comedy, like Kramer opening that door right in the nick of time, just that really well timed Kramer. Michael Richards. I miss him because I was exposed to him from UHF. If you guys watched, you guys know Weird Al had a movie aside from the new one? Not the new one. That one was crazy. Um I'm not talking about the Daniel Radcliffe movie, like the biopic. I'm talking about the actual movie Weird Al made in the 80s called UHF, and it was an album. He like made a musical basically, and it was about how he ran a UHF station. And Kramer played the janitor. He was Stanley Spadowski. That's one of my favorite comedies. I fucking love that movie. It is so funny. And that's how I got exposed to Michael Richards first, was from UHF, was from Weird Al's first movie back in the 80s. Because again, he played the janitor on that, and that was Fran Drescher was in that too. Fran Drescher was in that. The nanny, you guys might know her as the nanny. That was one of her first roles, if not her first. And that, I believe, was Michael Richards' first role. It might not have been, but he had black hair. He didn't even have like brown. He had black hair, and you could see the Italian. Like basically you just see it in him. And like he looked younger. He did lots of physical comedy. He fit the role very well. It was such a good role for him. Such a good movie though. That was a great movie. Love UHF. My mop. He was just nuts for this mop. Somebody took his mop. Oh man, when they fired him, they took his mop. So the story goes, he ran a UHF station. I'll spoil a little tiny bit of the character development, but it's not that much. Basically, the story goes like he ran a little UHF station. If you know anything about UHF, it was the broadcast TV before broadcast TV. It was literally the stations that you got that like it's just old ass TV. We're talking TV with dials, And so essentially he inherited this, I guess from his uncle or whatever. And so the idea was that he could run it. But anyway, he got mail by accident by the competitor, so he went downtown to give it to him. By the way, that guy's a great actor too. The guy that led the Channel 9 News or whatever they called it. He was a great actor. It was very obviously supposed to be kind of like a very, like Fox News looking sort of thing. And so he goes in there to give the mail to the guy, and the guy's just like nasty to him the whole time. And he's in the middle of firing Michael Richards' character Stanley, and they take his mop from him. And he's like, "That's my mop!" And he gets upset because they take his mop. And then Weird Al's there, and he sees him get fired and feels bad, so he hires him as a janitor. Great movie. Go watch UHF. Weird Al. 80s. Freaking love that movie. So funny. You were just thinking about it. Some of the stupid shows they came up with. There's this one show where they had this awesome dude supposed to be like a scientist, and he had the classic white hair standing up, and he just like turns around and he just like secrets of universe. And he just turns around and he just goes, "Today we're gonna learn to make plutonium from common household items." Oh, that was so funny. I still think it's funny. I'm still laughing about it. That's a funny joke. Weird Al is legitimately one of the funniest comedians alive, and he never got credit for so long. I'm glad he finally is, but for so long, that guy did not get his credit. UHF is solid. Good acting, good movie. They get fired from Burger World at the beginning. So many other movie references and parodies and stuff to make fun of. But then he also had his original song in that too. I'm pretty sure, wasn't UHF an original song? Oh, maybe it wasn't. You know what? Now that I think about it, it might not have been. I don't know. I'm not sure. Either way, UHF, the song itself, was actually a song. It was one of my favorite songs growing up when I used to listen to Weird Al. That was one of my favorite ones to listen to. Seriously. Like, I used to put that one on all the time. And I didn't really have it on a CD because I don't think it was. I'm not 100%. So, like, I had to go, I think it was the greatest hits I had to get for that or something like that. And then that was how I ended up getting turned on to a lot of his other stuff, was because I got the greatest hits and I found out about Addicted to Spuds and your greasy hands, your salty lips. It looks like you found the chips. Your belly aches. Your teeth grind. Some tater tots would blow your mind, and you don't mind if they're not cooked. You need to get your fix. I guess you're hooked. And late at night, you sit and dream of bacon bits and sour cream. You gotta love it out. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. I'm gonna get back home, get in here, get shopping, try to get back home and get streaming with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about some stuff. Hopefully I'm awake enough to do a decent length stream. I'm gonna either way get on there though, so we can talk, because I know you guys are counting on that. Thanks so much.